Hey, and welcome back to a brand new video, and at the same time, welcome back to Vimeo and other operating systems and platforms. I'm Julius, and nice that you tuned in. In this format, it's all about how to utilize Vimeo on other OS, such as, for instance, you can utilize Windows, Linux, or macOS without needing to employ a signage box. Because there's this awesome player software from Vimeo that makes it super easy for us to play our content on other devices, like, for example, you can use a tablet, PC, an iPad, or an Amazon Fire TV stick. All we need for that is basically just a viewneo account with an active subscription and the player software itself. That's all you require to enjoy our services. However, be cautious as you can only access the full functionality of viewneo by using the viewneo 4K signage box for optimal performance. Today, I will demonstrate to you how everything looks on macOS and explain the setup process using the Mac Mini device. I will just connect it now and then we will get started right away. So I quickly set up and built everything. The first step is, of course, to download the player software from the App Store. You can get it there for free. First, we'll search the App Store for viewneo Player. It's already available for free download. I've also done that before. And when we open the player, do we already receive a welcome screen at this point in time immediately? And now we're getting an activation key here, and we have to enter this key ourselves in the Vimeo CMS to register the device. But prior to doing that, we have to consider what type of content do we actually want to display on our screen. Let's assume I own a small sports bar and I want to have a screen in my bar that shows the current table of the Bundesliga, the top professional soccer league in Germany. That's super easy to do right in Vimeo itself with the football or soccer plugin. So we just click here on Contents. Select right-click, navigate to Plugins, and locate the soccer plugin in this section. And with this plugin, we can easily generate a Bundesliga table or match day. I will name it Bundesliga. Opt for Germany as the country. The Bundesliga is absolutely awesome. We should definitely make sure to have a standout team that represents us with excellence. Let's simply take Bayern Munich, for instance. When observing, we have the option to select whether we would like to exhibit a table or the present match day. I will proceed and choose the table now. For display language, we can set the language that the whole thing should have throughout. And then we can also select the colors in this section. Considering that Bayern Munich is associated with the colors red and white, it is only natural for me to choose red and white here. This color combination works perfectly for my preferences. Great, and then we click on Save, and there we have our Bundesliga table, which appears in the following manner. Alright, I simply exchanged the colors once more because the appearance wasn't as pleasant as I had envisioned. And currently it appears as such, much improved, and I am satisfied with that. And at present, I would like to bring that onto the screen. Now let's create a playlist with the content, specifically under Playlist tab on left. Click on the plus sign at the top and call it the whole Bundesliga. (2023). And now we just have to put the Bundesliga template into this playlist. You can easily do that by dragging and dropping and of course clicking on Save up here. And now we can already register the player. So let's go here to Devices, create a new device group, which we or I will just call Mac Mini for now. Then we can choose the playlist that should be displayed or played on the Mac Mini directly from here. Since we have just created the Bundesliga table 2023 playlist, I will naturally choose that option now. In the advanced settings, we can set the time zone once. Brussels is acceptable and works well for me. We can adjust the rotation. We can also say how often the whole thing should be updated. I'd like to have that in real time now. And in all other respects, everything else is completely fine with me. Now we proceed to click on the Save button. And then we choose our group of devices once. To add them, simply click here on the plus sign and they will be included. And now you can register the device. I am just going to call that a Mac Mini now. And now we need to enter the activation key in the field below. We already obtained that key earlier on the welcome screen within the player itself. Here he is, and we can just copy that now. And then insert the information here. The remaining part corresponds to the settings of the device groups. Okay with me, let's click Save. In the next step, we already see here, we have the opportunity to view the Bundesliga table on our Mac Mini using the Vimeo Player software. Of course, in Vimeo, there's a whole lot more possible than just this soccer plugin. If you're more interested in what else you can do in the template designer and how you can creatively let loose there, I highly recommend watching the video on the template designer. I will link that up here in the information card. If we click on the mouse now, we have this little lock up here. We can unlock that, and then we'll also get into the settings of the player app. We have the opportunity here to get information about the system. We can update the whole thing here once on refresh. We can also reset the whole thing down here at unregister. We still find certain information here at about. With regard to our Wi-Fi status, and when it comes to close, we can naturally close the player, as is customary. And when we click on player once more, our existing playlist with the Bundesliga table will, of course, start playing again. So that's it for the second edition of viewneo on other operating systems with macOS. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.